All right, we're here live backstage at Sonar. We're here with Rakim today, and basically we're talking about Family Tree, BCCC, and how we're going to get the students back into school in Baltimore City. So can you discuss with us a little bit about how your education has influenced your career and the ways that your education has benefited your career?
Well, my education played a lot with my success in writing. You know what I mean? Coming up in school, I was fortunate to have an English teacher, you know, that cared about the students. And she seen something in me, and she, you know, kept the fire up under me. You know what I mean? But what I learned was how to write, you know, from essays, book reports, and things of that nature. That's what helped me, you know, write better rhymes. From going to, if I gotta write a rhyme in book report form and get my characters, get my setting, get my, you know what I mean? It made my rhyme more visual, you know what I mean? So, education played a big part in what I was doing. And then, the deeper I got into it, then I started studying. And then, the education was most important for what I was doing. I had to, keep trying to, extend my knowledge to, write better rhymes. So, if you out there, you writing rhymes, you're doing anything, man, you need the education to, make sure that you know what you're doing and you have a good understanding on what you're doing. But, don't take it for granted, man. It can help you get a long way, man. So put your head in the books, keep it there. My grandfather used to tell me if you go to sleep without learning something, then you wasted a day, man. So try to learn something every day, no matter what it is. Try to learn something.
So can you give a shout out to our program, Family Tree, BCCC?
Family Tree, BCCC, you know what I mean? Hey, listen, man, keep it popping, man. Make sure y'all stay conscious and know what's going on in the world, man. It's real important. Don't get left out. There's a lot of things going on that you can take part of, you heard? So, stay focused and get yours.
Thank you very much. And we have Rakim backstage with you, girls. Selah. Thank you. Family Tree, BCCC, and we're talking with these fellas right here about education and how it applies to hip-hop and hip-hop culture. Now, I would like for you both to introduce yourselves to the young people that may not totally familiar. And I want you to talk a bit about how your education has influenced your hip-hop careers.
Well, ChubbRock. It's funny. When I was in 6th grade, my teacher, Mr. Epstein, he was all about bringing in all these different cultures of music and things like that. At the time, Rapper's Delight was, the song that was in there. And, nobody didn't know anything about hip-hop or how long it was going to be or what it was or whatever. But, the whole thought about it was more than the typical song. It's a poem or it's, there's a verse involved that can be 16 bars, 24 bars, whatever. So diction is an important thing. So obviously your flow is important, but the diction of it is important. So whether obviously it deals with English and deals with vocabulary and deals with, I'll tell you the truth, even punctuation, the way you develop the words and the sentences and things like that. So, education definitely will show through your music, and depending on how you want to, the main thing about education, or even in English, is not being able to have enough on your, enough knowledge to express yourself. So education is just that. Education is not so you can get a good job. Education is just so you can be able to express yourself, express your feelings, express, your thoughts to the world and things like that. And hip hop is all about expressing your thoughts to the world. So when education kind of gets pushed back or left behind, and that music comes out, you can tell that some of the music is a little boring because everybody's using kind of the same words and maybe the same diction, and it just shows that nothing actually elevates. Nothing elevates from that point, and it's a shame a little bit because when I was growing up, there were a lot of reasons why people could get derailed from education. you know, that time was a different time. Now we're in the internet era, and you can even take courses online.
Right. There's so many options.
You know, there's all these different avenues in which to, you know, grow in your mind and things like that. So, you know, the fact that education is starting to increase and high school dropout rate is increasing, I don't think has nothing to do with anything else, but everybody has learned to direct their finances and different things to step 7 and forgetting about step 1. When I was growing up, you know, my teachers, like, say you slip off a little bit, hopefully he's knocking on your door and he's like calling your mother and he's like, yo, you know, what's going on with him? And, you know, and that doesn't exist anymore. And then you got home kind of disintegrated because maybe dad ain't there or there's other issues going on in the house, so they're not paying attention to the kids about, you gotta go to school, you gotta do this, let me sit down and do some homework, let me try to find a way to make this fun, let me try to show you how this can really help you, because most people who don't get a great education or don't get an education at all, later on they do get to that point and say, wow, I should have done that.
And then at that point, hopefully they start, but sometimes when you're struggling for resources, you literally do not have the luxury time to get yourself together.
And you know, it's funny because I'm not related, but I'm actually going to a school in Baltimore around May to talk to some students and things like that. And you know, we can have a conversation, and I already know what they're going to say. And most students feel like no one is really there that really cares about what happens to them. So they just figure they get this effect, well, whatever. And that whatever effect, you know how you talk about Generation X? Now it's like a generation whatever.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Like whatever happens, whatever. And then when you have all these other things come into play like poverty and recession, what happens when it happens? You know, my family's from Jamaica. That country there, that people, I go back many times a year, is always filled with recession. So when you come here in America, what happens when recession hits? It hits us first, obviously. And then you have recession, crime always. And then when that household ain't getting a certain amount of money, and then young guys, you know, like my age, when I was young, 17, and you got to go out there, you know, and work to help mom and this and then working, you get tired and you can't really sleep, and then you can't really do the book, and then all of a sudden, I get a couple more hours, I can help mom more, and then that's what starts that path. You know? It's your boy ChubbRock, treating you right. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop forever. Not forever, I gotta say that. And I just want to give a big shout out to Family Tree. I like what you guys are doing, BCCC. And keep going, man. Keep pushing. You know, we got a long way to go, but you know, we're still here. While we're breathing, we can make it.
Hey, yo, this is your man Wordsmith. I just want to give a big shout out to Family Tree and BCCC. I'm out here, I live in Baltimore, so hopefully I can do some things with these guys. They're doing a lot of great things. Those are some great questions to get to, by the way. A lot of people do it like this and ask about the education system as opposed to rap. So thanks a lot. I want to say thanks a lot to them. Family Tree, keep doing it.
All right, everybody, we're here at Busy Bee's show at Sonar Backstage Live with Wordsmith, ChubbRock, your girl Selah. Enjoy.